Hello, hello. My name is Sydney, and I just wanted to make a video to kind of let you put a face to the name so that you know who you're talking to and who's grading your speeches and all the things this semester, because I am very much a visual person and I like to know. I like to have a face to the name and know who I'm talking to. And I will see all of you on video whenever you video your speeches for me. So I feel like it's only fair for me to do the same. So here I am. I'm thrilled to have you in my class. I absolutely love this class so much. And you will see throughout the whole semester that I really am very passionate about this. I love this class. I also am aware that probably most of you do not share that excitement with me. Completely fine. I know that this class can be really hard for some of you just because you're nervous about speaking. Public or otherwise, and so that's very normal. I hope that I can ease some of your concerns about that and we can have some fun together in this class. My hope is not that you will be converted to love it as much as I do, but my hope is that you can hopefully leave with a new skill to add to your resume. Not just that you put on your resume, but that you're able to back up with the skills that we learn and develop here in this class together. And then also that you leave as a more confident speaker, right? Having confidence in yourself. You don't have to love it. You know, when you've got a job interview or a speaking engagement, you don't have to be excited and say, oh, I can't wait to do this. But maybe you can be a little bit more confident and say, I don't like this, but I can do it because of what I learned in my public speaking class. So that's my hope for this class, is that you guys can do those things and become a more effective speaker. The goal is not to be a good speaker. You'll hear people say that or describe someone else as such a good speaker. What does that really even mean? It could mean a million things, but effective, that's a whole other thing, and that is what we're trying to be here. So you will have things, right? You'll choose your topics for your speeches that we do. You will have something that you want to communicate to me, and we will identify kind of your purpose for each speech that you do. And then you will hopefully, by the end of this course, be able to be effective in communicating that thing that you want to communicate. That's my walkie-talkie. I have a whole other full-time job. I work at the Academy of Seminole, so that's what that was. You may hear all kinds of noises in here. I am in my classroom right now, so I'm sorry about that, but that tells you a little bit more about me. So I'm the life planning coordinator here for the Academy of Seminole, and I love that job, but I really, really, really love teaching this public speaking course too. So I'm very passionate about communication of all kinds. As I said, I have my bachelor's and my master's in communication. So I really have devoted a lot of years of my life to studying it, and I hope to devote even more years to studying it in the future. So I'm that crazy person who loves school and loves communication, and I'm excited to share that with you guys. So that's a little bit about me. I told you a little bit about me, about my family and all of our animals and things in the first announcement. But I learned so much about you guys in this class, and so I love that. That's one of my favorite parts about this course, because I can tell a lot about you when I hear your speeches, you know, what you choose for your topics and how you feel about those topics. All of that comes through, so by the end of this course, I'll have a really good idea about like who each of you are as a person, what you're passionate about, what you love, maybe what you don't love. And I love that. Even though this is an online course, we really are able to build unique and cool relationships here in this class. And so that's something else that I really look forward to each semester. So another thing I wanted to do was just quickly go over the course syllabus. You are totally capable of reading through this on your own. I just kind of want to touch on the high points. I don't have office hours because I'm just online at this point. So there's no way for you to like just drop by a certain time each week and visit me. However, that does not mean that we can't get together. It just requires a little bit of pre-planning. I'm always happy to do a phone call. Sometimes it's hard to convey and work together in emails. I'm not the best at that, and that's also not what I prefer. So I'm always happy to do a phone call or a Zoom if you want face-to-face. I'm also, as I said, just not far at all at the Academy of Seminole. So there's even some availability during the day that we could get together on campus at Seminole State if you needed. And so just reach out. I'm always happy to accommodate any of that. My kiddos are in and out of my room too, so I'm sorry if you hear doors and all the things. So no set office hours. However, I'm always happy to get with you guys. So just reach out, ask, and we'll make it happen. Textbook, if you're using an older edition, that's completely fine. My students here at the Academy use an edition that's several editions old. The page numbers are a little bit off, so if I say, I use the edition in the syllabus, so if I ever say like on page 67, Yours might be on 65 or 70. Be aware of that, but older editions are completely fine. So, oh, my son is doing 6-7 right now. I can't escape it. No, do not. Oh my goodness. Okay. Textbook stuff, materials, you don't really need anything. It's always good to look at the outcomes, just to know what you're going to learn here. So breeze through those if you will. Participation, it's required. You've got to do the assignments. We have a quiz for each chapter that we do, and then we have a self-intro speech that we'll do really quickly. So there are 4 speeches in this course, but we knock out the first one very early in the semester. So then we have 3 speech units later on in the semester that consist of an outline, a speech, and a self-reflection. If you miss those, don't do those, miss the deadline, your grade can tank really quickly. As long as you participate and do those things, it's not hard to do well in this class at all. But participation in that way is required. So doing those assignments, doing those quizzes, giving your speeches, things like that. Don't use ChatGPT to write your outlines. There's not a ton of work in this course, so to act like you can't be bothered to even write your own outline and that you're just giving me ChatGPT junk, please don't do it. We know, all of us know when you guys do that. Your name is on this. It's your degree. Do your own work and produce work that you can be proud of. That way, when you get that degree, you can be proud that you actually did it yourself, not ChatGPT. Okay? So please do that. Late work, I don't do it. Not because I want to be grumpy, but because I want to be fair. Honestly, my number 1 priority as an instructor is to be a fair one. I think that's really important. So if I give you guys a deadline, your speech is due at midnight on Friday, and then you email me a few days later, you're like, hey, here's my speech. If I accept that, that's unfair to every other person who maybe like stayed home when they could have gone out, or missed a birthday party, or missed another event to get their stuff done and get it turned in time. It's like a slap in their face if I just let you turn it in whenever you want. That is why I don't do late work. That being said, if you reach out before the deadline and you say, hey, I was planning on recording my speech later, I'm at urgent care, I've got COVID, I've got the flu, I've got strep, whatever, I understand that those things happen. If you reach out ahead of time and when able, I'm always happy to work with people. The problem is I need your assignments and your outlines and your speeches to all be in one folder, because what happens is everybody else puts theirs in the submission folder. You email me yours 3 days later. Then a week later or so, when I get to grading those, you don't have one in the submission folder. I give you a 0, and then you email me freaked out saying, I emailed you this. I don't remember to go chase down your one special email to go grade yours separately. That's not fair to me. It's also not fair to everybody else in the class. So I don't do late work unless it's an extenuating circumstance. I am a very reasonable person, but you have got to communicate with me. You just emailing me your speech 3 days late, 2 days late, whatever, and just saying, here's my speech, that does not constitute an extenuating circumstance. So please just be conscious of the deadlines. I give you plenty of time to get things done. Communicate if there's some reason that you're not able to, but beyond that, I don't do late work. But please understand that I'm a reasonable person, so I understand that emergencies happen as well. Moving on, this is really great for you guys to have. I recommend that you print this off and use it to keep track, especially in an online class when you're not coming to see me a couple or 3 times a week where I can say, hey, don't forget this. This is good for you to have for online classes. This is how I survived grad school, because I printed all of these off and checked off assignments as we go. This is what I will do as we work through this semester together. I'll just highlight when we finish these things. So I recommend you guys print this off and keep this. This is just like a grade tracker for you. You'll notice lots of quizzes in the beginning. That's because there are things that I want to go over and you guys to learn before we get into our big speeches. So that's why that's designed that way. But this is everything that we'll do. So check this out. You'll get a very good idea of what the whole semester is going to look like. Submission of assignments, everything in this course, with the exception of discussion boards, which are rare. I don't do those all the time. But it will be under assignments, content, assessments, and announcements. That's where everything in this course is going to be. Get in the habit of checking announcements. That's where I put important information. For example, if I say 1 week we're doing chapters 1, 2, and 3, and 4 quizzes, right? And so I assign those. but I forget to click the little eyeball sometimes and make it visible to you guys. So sometimes I'll make an announcement that says, hey, take your quizzes. They're due on Friday. And then the first one who tries to access them will email me and say, hey, Sydney, I can't see that quiz. And then I'll go, sorry, I forgot to make it visible. I'll make another announcement that says, hey, my bad, I forgot to make this visible to you guys. That will probably happen at some point in this semester because just of who I am as a person. Apologies in advance. But I'll say, I'll give you 2 extra days as an I'm sorry. So that's important. So read those as announcements. That's where I'll put lots of important information. I'll also put like some feedback. I'll put lots of things in announcements for you guys. So do check those. Check your emails. So that page is good. And then the accessibility, the diversity stuff. I feel like you guys can go over that on your own. It should be pretty standard, like similar to what you guys see in your other classes. But honestly, that's pretty much it. Those are the high points of the syllabus. So as I said, I love this course. I love teaching it. I love the relationships that we make. I love watching you guys progress through the semester, and some of you will really, really grow. Some of you, maybe you were speech kids in high school like me, and you love this, and you're going to breeze right through. And you're going to do every assignment and every speech and every outline, and you're going to do great. And you're going to have a really high average for the whole semester, and you're not going to struggle at all. But some of you, for sure, every single semester, I have people who really struggle, right? Maybe it's their nerves about speaking at all, even when you're doing it to your camera on your laptop or however you guys are recording your speeches. So there may be struggles. Communicate with me. I can help you, and I will help you, but I can't if you don't communicate with me, okay? So those of you who are nervous about this, do not be. I honestly, this class can be fun, and I get feedback from students often who will say, this class was actually kind of fun, or I thought I was going to hate this class, but I kind of like it, which is like a total win to me. So please do try to like put your preconceived notions of what a public speaking class will be like out of your brain, like get rid of those and approach this with an open mind. You might just kind of enjoy it, okay? This is not a bad class. I love it. I think it can kind of be fun. And you really can learn a lot that you will use for the rest of your life. That's kind of my favorite part about teaching this class. And I think I've already mentioned another favorite part about teaching this class. I have a lot. But the fact that we learned something here that you can really use for the rest of your life. When you think in terms of like bang for your buck and value, a class that you take, you may take some classes where you learn what you're supposed to learn, you spit it back out on the exam, you pass and you move on. This is something that you really can use for the rest of your life. The things that we'll go over here, the things that I'll talk to you about, the feedback that I'll give you, they're things that I use, implement every single day of my life. Doing these things and walking the walk that we'll talk about in this class is really great and has given me lots and lots of opportunities Okay, got it. Thank you. Lots and lots of opportunities that I've been given because I have used these things in job interviews, in speaking engagements, just in personal communication, right? Meeting people, networking, things like that. So really and truly, this is kind of my sales pitch for the course, that you'll learn things that you'll use here. And that to me is kind of exciting because I'm a nerd. So I hope that you guys can have the tiniest shred of excitement with me over this course, and I can't wait to get started. I will be getting, I keep like a running list as I work through semesters, and then some that are unique to online, and this is, teaching online is relatively new to me, so that list is a little bit smaller, but still helpful. So I'm kind of compiling lists right now. I'll share that with you guys of things that just I recommend for this course or don't recommend. So that'll be coming soon, but this was just kind of my, hey, how are you? Go over the syllabus, talk about the course video. So it's nice to kind of meet you guys, and I can't wait to get started with the semester, and I'm really excited to get to know you guys. So thanks so much for being here. And cheers to a great semester. I hope all your classes are going great, and I can't wait to get started. Bye, guys.